Before heading out, I grab shop stock to make sure I'm ready for the day ahead. Doing this job, you never know what you're going to run into, so be prepared. Make sure you soak these gaskets in hot water so you can get all the creases out so it seals properly. Customer states that the box is full of water, so we have to clear the drain line real quick and then check the gaskets. Yeah, these gaskets are trashed. We're going to have to get these on order. Make sure when you put up your ladders, you actually put a bungee up. I have had ladders fall out from underneath me and have fallen over while I was on the roof, and I've gotten stuck before, so be better than me. In this unit, we're going to be putting in a new exhaust motor because the old one has been burnt out for a little bit, and we got to get this up and running as fast as possible. All right, so new motor's in, driving good. As you can see, you get a lot of grease buildup in here. This grease is going to cause excessive noise, excessive wear, and take out this motor again. They don't have the 100 liters come out very soon. So I'm going to let the manager know about this, but after this, I'm out of here. Just kidding. They wanted me to check out this rooftop unit. Replace the contactor, the old one to the legs. We're not getting any continuity when I push it in. So let's turn this thing on and check her out. All right, so we got a disconnect here. Let's check our voltages real quick. Make sure we got good voltage coming in. Over here. Yep. 208. The next one. 208. And 23. 208. Now let's change this continuity. Make sure the fuses are good. That's good. That's good. That's good. So all three are good to go. Nothing seems wrong, nothing crazy in here. Let's close it up. All right, as someone would say, 1, 2, 3, please don't blow up. All right. Nothing's happening so far. Let's dig into it and figure out what's going on. So this system has a anti-short cycle delay on it. So we got to wait a couple of minutes for this thing to come on. This unit, it's 3 minutes. So once this thing comes on, we'll test her out. All right, compressor's running now. Blower motor's running. You got a little bit of shake, nothing crazy. Let's put this panel back on. Let her run for a little bit and see how she works. Pressure sounds a little terrible, but we'll double check that. All right, compressor's running good now. 11 amps. Operating max 19. That's pretty good. That's fine. We'll keep an eye on that kind of stuff. We took about 14 amps to start. I had to swap these legs so that the compressor would run properly. Now we're just going to sit here and watch it run. Blower motor's a direct drive. She's running fine. Already checked that out. And so, yeah, so far so good. That's motor spinning good. Can't tell with the video. Cool's a bit dirty. We'll have our guy come back out to clean this up. Oh yeah, she's running great. Obviously, when you're looking at this kind of stuff, you definitely want to make sure this dryer feels warmish. That feels warm. Suction feels nice and cold. Oh yeah, we're cooling now. Yeah, we button this up and get out of here for real this time before the manager puts something else on my board. Now, obviously, driving all day, working in the heat, you gotta be drinking water as much as you can drink. Get one of these big 64-ounce bottles of water. Drink it throughout the day. Refill it if you gotta. Make sure you're eating. You need to have food going in your system. I know when we're driving around on the roads, you know, you see McDonald's, Taco Bell, Chipotle, you see all these places you can stop at. But if you keep eating all this fast food, it's gonna take it out on you. Take it from me. I weighed like 280 something pounds at my heaviest. I'm down in the 220s now, thank God. But when you're stopping at all these fast food places, sitting on your butt driving all day, the pounds add up. It really gets you messed up. So pack these little meat sticks. It was like $3. You can get like 2 of them, plenty of protein for you. Get you going for lunch. You just pack something from home. I'm terrible about it. I know Mrs. keeps hollering at me to, you know, bring food from the house. And I'm like, ugh, I'm lazy. Gotta wake up early, pack some lunch, and go to the gas station, pick up a bag of ice from my cooler in the back. It is what it is. Pack some food from home. Stop rolling all these fast food places because nobody wants some fat ass dude coming into your business to work on a cooler or ice machine or something, and they're just sitting there taking up the whole aisle because of how big they are. It does not help anybody. So eat healthier. Try not to eat as much junk, especially because when you're fat, your hands don't really fit in places that you want them to fit, especially like fryers, ovens, kind of stuff. You just can't be fat. So, yeah. Drink plenty of water, guys. So right now the box is at temp. It's reading 1 degree on my probes and 4 degrees on the controller's probes. Coils are clear, but obviously they've been leaving the door open. This door does not have a switch, so the fans just run all the time no matter what. So today we have an old Scotsman's ice machine that they're saying is not producing as much ice as it should be. So we're gonna have to go on the roof and check this thing out. All right, we have a Scotsman condensing unit here. U-shaped coil. Fans running fine, even though you can't tell by the camera. This thing's running, kicking butt. You can tell, the line's already starting to frost up here. Obviously insulation's toast. Nice and warm here, nice and cold here. So she should be making ice, but we gotta figure out why it's not. It's giving me a 2 flash code downstairs, which tells me that it was taking too long to harvest. or it was out of water. So we're going to go downstairs and double check everything from there.
All right, we're harvesting now. Let's take a look in here while she does it.
At this point, everything's been working fine. I haven't seen any issues really, but we're gonna have to keep an eye on it because I think the bin eyes on this are going bad. But these are expensive parts and I don't want to just throw them away into this thing if it's not the issue.
All right. I think that was a pretty easy day. Not too bad at all, but we'll go over everything for you. So obviously, first thing in the morning, get to the shop, stock up on everything you need for the day, because I don't like doing that stuff at night. I'd rather just go home at the end of the day, like I'm doing right now, relax, chill out, do my thing. But first job is gasket install. I wrote up some gaskets a couple weeks ago. They finally came in, installed them, good to go. But these gaskets, typically you want to soak them in hot water just so there's no creases or anything weird like that. What you didn't see is when I took off those gaskets, the plastic that holds those gaskets in place actually ripped off completely. So I was between a rock and a hard place. So I took some super glue and super glue the pieces back together just so the door would hold the gaskets again. Now, obviously, that's not the greatest thing to do. I get that, but I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, I want to go put a gasket in. Now you need a new door. So that got fixed. We'll get them a new door eventually, but they don't want to go for that right now. Simple enough. Next, they called me out because the unit was leaking water. So first thing I normally check when I hear leaking water is do two things. One, check the drain. See how the drain's looking. Make sure it's not clogged. This system, the drain just comes straight down from the evaporator pan. So it doesn't have a P-trap or anything like that. But the drain was blocked up. I unblocked it. Then I found the gaskets were all tore up. Then it's right across the waist from a fryer. All that heat, all the grease is definitely going to wear down the gaskets quicker. This unit's only like 3 years old. So new gaskets, easy day. Next job was the exhaust motor replacement. Previous tech came out, saw that it was starting and stopping whenever it wanted. So I went to replace it, found that the connections were just bad on the old motor, but everything was pretty torched on the inside. But got the new motor in, running great, no issues, other than the fact that they haven't had the hood cleaners out in like months, which is crazy to me. So they had like grease stalactites inside the exhaust, just right on the blower, whining away. So let them know, hey, you need to get them some cleaners out here. Chop, chop. Then when I was down there, they asked me, hey, this AC hasn't been working right. Can you check it out? I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I go to check it out, and it's turned off. Well, they just got rid of their old service company, so God knows what could have been wrong. So I had to keep it turned off, double check everything. Contactor was only letting one leg of power through. When I pushed it in, wasn't working at all. So I was like, okay, cool, great. Swapped out the contactor, checked for any short stick around, checked my fuses. Nothing was jumping out at me saying, hey, this is bad. You're screwed. Like, okay, easy enough, easy enough. Started it up, started running great, no issues. I was happy. I'm not going to sit here and do a super deep dive if it's not showing issues. So we're going to keep an eye on it for now. So I left there, and I got called out for a freezer that they said it was too warm. Okay, freezer too warm. Get there, then they're complaining that it gets too cold. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's too warm or too cold. I open it up. There's icicles all on the walls and everything. And I'm watching how they use these things. It's a wall-mounted freezer right above a fryer. So you have your fryers, then you have your freezer right up above it. And they just leave the doors open. I'm like, okay, so you're letting all this hot air get sucked up into the box. Because this freezer doesn't come with door switches to cut off the evaporator motor. So it's just sucking in all that warm air, all that humidity. It probably iced up at one point and got too warm, but eventually thawed out. So I told them, keep the door shut, try not to open as much as you can, quit leaving doors open. Easy enough. Because it was at temp, everything was working fine. Obviously, it was defrosting good enough to still be working and make it temp. Keep an eye on that for now. The last ice machine that was down. I get there, it was giving me 2 flashes on this board for the refrigeration side, saying it took too long to harvest. Like, okay, easy enough. So I turn it back on and it starts working fine. Now for this system, it's an old Scotsman, and they have like these bin eyes that say, hey, if I see something flash, like if I see the connection is broken, that means ice is dropped. Might have just been like they just randomly didn't catch it, or they just weren't working for a short period of time. And now they're working. I watched 4 batches of ice, worked fine every time, no issues. So I'm not too worried about that. And plus these parts are hard to get because it's an old machine they don't make anymore. Luckily we have the parts for it, but we're gonna try to not use them as best we can. Was anything crazy like a full morning of PMs and a whole afternoon of putting a compressor in. It did that yesterday. That was rough. But yeah, this is just an easy day. But thanks for watching. If you made it this far, this is my first video, obviously. I'm gonna try to do more stuff like this, try to show how I diagnose things, because I've only been doing this 3.5 years. Pretty young guy. I'm not like that HVACR videos guy who's been doing it for God knows how long. Some of these other guys have been doing it for 20, 30 years. I'm still learning. I'm still doing the best I can. I'm trying. It's all you can do. But if you want to see more stuff like this, subscribe, obviously. But if you have any suggestions of stuff you guys want to see, like how do you diagnose this rooftop unit? How do you diagnose this ice machine? When I have the opportunity, I'll find it. I'll show it to you guys. If I see something interesting, I'll put it on here. So, yeah. See you in the next one.